My name is Jason Equi. I'm a Battalion Chief with the City of Aurora Fire Department. I got hired in June of 2001. I've been with the department I'm in my 25th year. I'm currently assigned to the EMS Battalion Chief position downtown at our central station. We have our morning meeting, our briefing with the officers in the morning, which we do via Teams to try to get any pertinent information out to the officers so they can begin to plan their day, because they have their own agendas. They have their own things that have to be done around the station or in their community. And so we need to make sure that we're coordinating those efforts with them effectively. So once that's done, we come out, we do our rounds, and we'll go pick up items, drop off things that are broken or replaced or whatever needs to get done. And there's all this paperwork and things that need to find their way downtown, legal forms, such like that. I personally like to drive the territories because you don't know what road construction is happening. You don't know if water and sewer is fixing a water main somewhere, and how that might impact how a fire truck travels. Fire trucks and fire engines they can't drive like a normal car. They're way too big, they're way too heavy. And so getting them to where they need to go sometimes requires them to go a different way than you would normally take in your personal vehicle. It's definitely an art form, and it's an art form that happens in the blink of an eye when someone calls 911. And so we spend a lot of time doing territory familiarization for that purpose, so we can be ready to respond. So these are our logbooks that all companies have, and this is a tradition that goes back to the fire department days where they had horses and bucket brigade, and there wasn't always someone in the station, so they had to write down what was happening, what equipment was in service, what was out of service, what the day's events were, what calls they went on. There was no electronic record keeping, so we had logbooks, and they would actually write down their daily routine. We have all those logbooks dating all the way back into the 1850s. And so we continue that tradition because it's important for us to have a written record, but also for history purpose and posterity, we can show we've had active logbooks that have had active involvement for over 150 years, which is really important for us. The fire department has a long tradition history, and it's important that we maintain those things. Some people don't understand how important that is until later in the day. I was told when I was very young, start a logbook, and write down your daily activities in the log. It's kind of like a diary, but more like a journal, if you will. Yeah. And it's just an account of your day's events. And it's one of the most helpful things, because all of the things we do, you can't remember every detail. Mm-hmm. So when I have a conversation with somebody about a particular item, I may not remember the details from that 3 or 4 years from now. Right. And then 3 or 4 years from now, you need those details. Mm-hmm. That's what the logbook is for. We were told it's a female with difficulty breathing, but a lot of times there's language barriers or other factors that you get there and it's totally something different. So we're assuming it's a difficulty breathing call. Could be a heart attack, it could be a stroke, it could be a lot of things. So until our medics get there and ascertain what's happening, we don't really know. We want to make sure we follow those laws for many reasons, but mostly because it's a safety thing. Like when we're on the highway, we'll have our lights and sirens on, go into a crash on the highway, and people are passing us, and we're doing 65 miles an hour, which is as fast as we're allowed to go. Yeah. There's a reason we can't go faster. A lot of our rigs have governors on them to keep the rig itself safe, but moreover, we don't go any faster than traffic on the highway, and so people often get frustrated with us, like, why are you, doing that? It's like, well, we have to have our lights and sirens on when we're responding to an emergency. We have to. It's a legality thing. So the Opticom gives us the ability to control the stoplight from a long way away. That's that little white light you'll see either flashing or be solid, depending on who has control of the light. A lot of times we have multiple rigs coming from multiple locations. We might have squad cars coming, we might have trucks or ambulances, whatever. And so a lot of times those lights are controlled by whoever interacts with that Opticom first, and that allows that to change the light green for that direction of travel. So that helps move traffic out of the way for us. Like cars that are stuck in a turn lane can't get out of the way, they can at least turn, and then we're able to then affect our lane of travel as we need to. So that's the morning. routine for EMS1 in battalions downtown. Unfortunately, calls happen when they happen, and we have to make our routine adjustments as we do. So regardless of where we are in the city, when calls come in, obviously we're able to respond and appropriately mitigate those situations for the public at large. And hopefully seeing what we do every day is a little bit more of an eye-opener, so people understand when an emergency vehicle are coming down the road, they pulling to the right for sirens and lights is extremely important, and it definitely enables us to get to our call safely, and it also enables us to keep the public safe and by doing so. So thank you to all those drivers out there who are watching. We appreciate it. It definitely means a lot for our firefighters to get to the call safely.